Riley Gaines responds to Simone Biles for attacking her and calling her a man in a tweet. And this response must have done a lot of damage to Simone Biles because just a couple of hours ago, she actually apologized on X for all of the things that she said. Okay. Now, if you haven't been caught up what exactly is taking place, Riley Gaines says something about a softball team that won their national championship because they had a trans boy on the girls team. Okay. So she made some remarks about that. Simone Biles didn't like it. So Simone Biles responded back to her, called her, pretty much said that she looks like a man. And this is where everything is just taking off. Okay, so I want to show you all this. I think Simone Biles overdid trying to protect trans rights. Okay, and she said some things that she shouldn't have said, and now she's paying for it. Okay, but let me show y'all this. Before we hop into this video, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in.
This past week, an Olympic champion, Simone Biles, said, "I look like a man." Let's unpack this. Brief background on me: outspoken Christian, outspoken conservative, outspoken Trump supporter, outspoken advocate for keeping men out of women's sports, which is just about the least controversial take on the entire planet. But because of that take, Simone Biles posted this on X, like literally out of the blue. I'm going to assume that she said I looked like a man because I'm relatively muscular. I'm not overly tall. I'm 5'5", which maybe seems like a giant to someone who's 4'8", but I'm assuming it's because I have muscles. This was crazy to me coming from her. Number one, because I've admired her for so long. She is the best of the best in her sport, bar none. But secondly, this came from a woman who's experienced so much scrutiny because of her muscular stature. It didn't take me long to find this video of Simone Biles.
I'm Simone Biles, and I love my body. It helps with gymnastics, and it teaches younger girls to love their bodies as well. I got made fun of for my arms a lot. Some people would say like mean things. They used to call me like a soldier. At the time, it didn't make me feel the best, so I wore sweaters or jackets all year long. To body shamers, let me see. I feel like if you love your body, then that's all you can do, so it doesn't matter what anybody else says. So I think they have to learn to fall in love with themselves. And I think it's out of jealousy sometimes.
Crazy she's been a part of all of these body positivity campaigns and even explicitly sent a message to body shamers and then body shame me. So I have a question for Athleta, one of Simone Biles' sponsors, who claimed they sponsored her to empower young girls. Is this what you call empowering women and girls? Because I don't think so. I think I'll spend my money elsewhere. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue to use my platform to actually empower women and girls.
Okay, so she claps back at Simone Biles for saying that Riley Gaines, looks like a man, right? And she also got Simone Biles' sponsorship involved by saying, hey, she says that she talks about body positivity for women, but she just shamed me for having a muscular body because she was upset with me about something that I said. And is this the type of person that you want sponsoring you? And that was yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago when she posted that. 2 hours ago, Simone Biles responded and said this: I wanted to follow up from my last tweets. I've always believed competitive equity and inclusivity are both essential in sport. Inclusivity, that's crazy because she never faced a man. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles, which often leads to frustration and heated exchanges. And it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. These are sensitive, complicated issues that I truly don't have the answers or solutions to, but I believe it starts with empathy and respect. She's referring back to allowing men and women to participate in the same sport together. I was not advocating for policies that compromise fairness in women's sports. My objection is to be singling out children for public scrutiny in ways that feel personal and harmful. Individual athletes, especially kids, should never be the focus of criticism of a flawed system they have no control over. I agree that it's not the kids' fault, but there are many, many, many high schools and colleges throughout America that have banned women and men being able to participate in a sport that would be easily, where you would have more easy of an advantage over a certain person. They've banned it in a lot of states, in a lot of school systems. And so this Minnesota, I think it was in Minnesota, this high school, they didn't ban it. And somehow they won the state championship with this trans person on their team. We all want a future for sport that is fair, inclusive, and respectful. Okay, but this is the thing. There's not many sports where a man will not have an advantage over a woman. Okay, there's not many sports. Track, majority of events in track, a man always has a better time, faster time, a much larger throw, a higher jump. Basketball, men are more taller, stronger, can shoot the ball further, can dunk, can jump high to block. Football, obviously, we know that there's no way a woman could defeat a man that is training in the same way that she is at football. Soccer, men are much faster. They have better leg strength. They can. Most men are quicker, right? Our hand-eye coordination is a little bit faster. So there's not really much sports where a man that is training in the same manner to win the same goal of a woman, there's not many sports where that's going to be fair. Okay, so I want to show you guys a video that speaks on just how different a male's body is comparing to a female and how it affects sports. And the fact that if it's just cheating, it doesn't matter if you're trans or if you're straight, if you are a male facing a female in a sport, 9 times out of 10, it is unfair. Okay. And this video went viral. I think they did a good job. Let's check it out. Let's check this out.
Biological male has just become the first transgender person to win a world title in cycling.
First transgender weightlifter winning her maiden international event as a woman.
A biological male winning a gold medal in a women's event now seems a matter of when, not if.
Since sports events began, men and women have been segregated by gender to make the competitive events fairer due to differences in muscle mass, innate strength, or testosterone levels. But nowadays, these physical differences no longer seem to be a determining factor.
There are all kinds of reasons that people have advantages. Somebody's parents can give them year-round training. Somebody else is really, really tall and someone's really, really short.
Sport has never been fair. You bought into that myth, so have a lot of other people. But let's face it, if I wanted to be a jockey, I couldn't be. Nature endows her gifts unevenly in society.
It's true that some physical characteristics give athletes an unusual advantage in sports, like Michael Phelps' long arms or Usain Bolt's height.
Imagine if Usain Bolt competed in women's track. Every record would be broken. Even if it was something he's never done. It could be long jump. He's breaking a record. High jump. He's breaking a record. 400 meter, 4 mile run, 1 mile run. Every record will be broken. Why? Because he's a freak of nature and he's a man. Comparing him to a top female athlete, he would make the top female athlete look like the worst athlete that he's ever faced. That's how much of a difference it is.
But the genetic difference of being born as a male or female and competing with the opposite gender proved to be more of a determining factor than any bodily developments in sports.
If you go through puberty, you have all the benefits of having a male body. And even if you transition and reduce your testosterone, you're still going to have those benefits. You're going to have the bone structure, the slightly bigger heart, more red blood cells. So therefore, a female athlete competing against a transgender female is always going to be at a disadvantage.
Testosterone levels are important because the amount of the hormone...
She said always going to be an advantage. There's anytime a male faces a female in sports, in their training the same way, there will always be an advantage. There's no way around it.
Hormone defines the eligibility of athletes to compete whenever sporting events are limited to a single sex, following IAAF rulings.
The idea that we need to protect women's or female sport from other women and females is itself inherently discriminatory. no testosterone policy will ever work.
Male to female athletes no longer need to have reassignment surgery, but they do need to demonstrate that their testosterone levels have been below 10 nanomole per litre for at least 6 months, according to the 2016 International Olympic Committee guidelines.
It's not saying you're a man or a woman. It's saying you can compete. It's a matter of eligibility to participate in certain competitions.
In the case of female to male athletes, they can compete without restrictions.
The 10 nanomoles per litre, as I understand it, something like 90% of female athletes, their testosterone levels are around 3 nanomoles per litre. So in other words, this upper limit is 3 times what would be typical in a female athlete. So it seems like a kind of arbitrary setting unrelated to the realities of the situation.
Well, I actually agree with you there.
There's just no way around it. That's the conclusion, y'all. There's no way around it. If a male is competing against a female, that's a clear advantage. Riley tried to call that out, right? She didn't really say anything about the child, but she said something about the school, like, hey, of course you guys are going to turn off comments because the person that helped you guys win the national championship is a boy on a girl's team. Never said anything specifically about the child or the young adult. Never. But then people want to come and try to defend it because they agree with that side of the world. They agree with that particular group of people, but it's unfair. It's unfair. I think Riley Gaines did an awesome job at calling her out, Simone Biles, on the fact that she's sponsored by a company whose aim is to promote body positivity amongst women. But yet Simone Biles decides to throw shade at Riley by saying that she looks like a man because she's muscular. I think that's crazy, insensitive, and it shows you the heart of some people. Look, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. All right, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. My name's Aaron Page. I'll catch you on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.